All right, so check it out. All of these bags just dropped in the month of June, and here at Nomads Nation, we're giving you first look at all of them. And here at Nomads Nation, we take gear and travel and carry very seriously. So if this is your thing, and you want an even deeper look at what's happening in this industry, I'm talking newest drops, limited edition collabs, industry trends, then you have to sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter. First link in the description. I'm so proud of it. It's absolutely next level when it comes to what's happening in the world of carrying gear. And one last note, a few of these slots are sponsored, but guys, you know the drill. We only bring you the best gear from across the world. Let's jump into it. Okay, first up, Evergoods just relaunched their XPAC edition. And it's a very special XPAC edition, because this is the one with that gorgeous gold interior. And this is available on a bunch of their classic and iconic bags right now, including the CPL 24 and the Cap 2. Now this primary fabric is XPAC from Dimension Poly, and it is VX42, which is probably, I'd have to say, my preference for XPAC. It's gonna give it the most structure while also being the most abrasion resistant. Sometimes VX21 can just get a little wear and tear over time. 42 though, this is built to last. But really, this collection for me comes down to the interior, the black outside with that gold inside. It's just beautiful. And Evergoods has confirmed this is the last time they're doing this particular XPAC style. There might be other XPAC bags that Evergoods will launch at some point in time, but never in this exact configuration with the black exterior, the gold interior, which is why I am just so happy that I have two of my favorite Evergoods bags of all time now in both. Stock is limited, so be sure to check it out. And it should be noted that if you want to find more information about the gear that we're discussing in this video or find the best price, you can do so with the links in the description below. Next up, we got a new brand, VacVacBags. And they're leaning into the whole vacuum compression trend right now, but doing it in a way that's very interesting. I have not seen it quite done like this before, where the vacuum is actually built into the packing cube. Now, if you compare this to like Black Voyage and Airback, those are actual backpacks that are selling either attachments or vacuum compression sealing technology inside the bag itself. And for those, you need a pump, but VacVac is doing it a bit differently. We got the airtight zipper. Really nice fabric, feels durable, not like it's gonna puncture anytime soon. But most importantly, that the vacuum is actually built into the compression cube itself. Now I'm shoving about 2 weeks worth of clothes in here. This can fit easily 2 large size packing cubes worth of clothes. And to demonstrate, we wanna take this down a bit. Just go ahead and press this button down for 2 seconds. Let the compression magic go to work, baby. Yes, compress. Okay, making some moves. And you can see here, after a mere 90 seconds, we definitely compressed this bad boy down a bit. The thing with this compression technology, guys, is like, it's not gonna get you from like this to this, but it can get you from like, you know, this to this, like we just showcased with the VacVac bag. So if you're trying to save that extra 20 to 25% of extra space, that's when these can come in very handy. These bags are covered by a 1-year warranty, and they come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, VacVac has given us a special discount code just for the Nomads Nation community. You can find that and the best price to buy these bad boys, link below. Next up, we have the Threshold backpack from Pioneer. And in typical Pioneer fashion, this bag's making, a bit of noise. Like they always do. Like Pioneer is not the biggest brand in this niche, but they got their hardcore followers, no doubt. And I'm kind of one of them. I freaking love the Panda Pack. And this one's got some interesting features, including a front magnetic pocket for quick access here, 2 zippered side pockets, quick access pocket on the top, and clamshell style access into the main compartment. And you can see in the main compartment, you got one of the best parts about Pioneer, which is just their stunning materials. And on that note, particularly this Mandarin ballistic nylon is just one of my favorites. Pioneer just take their really seriously, and we'll be doing a full review of this bag shortly. Orbitkey just launched their Essential laptop sleeves. Definitely an interesting bag for the modern professional. Quick access in the front, just enough space for a bit of tech gear. And then most importantly, I think, is this right here, that we have a top handle that acts as a luggage pass-through. For me, I do think this would make a nice personal item, especially if you're traveling with a smaller suitcase, you're on that that speedy business trip. This is underneath the seat in front of you. And then when you're at 30,000 feet, you can grab your laptop, grab your notebook, get a little bit of work done. And we also have a detachable shoulder strap, so it can be rocked as a messenger, or you can take these off and it could just be like a tech folio. Next up, we have the Fyro Citta backpack, which, full disclosure, is my backpack brand. And in case you don't know the story, here at Nomads Nation, I was reviewing the world's best bags for 3 or 4 years. And then I got kind of the burning desire to build my own bag brand. And this is our now 1, 2, 3, 4th major release, and possibly the one that I am most proud of. We designed this to be an endgame backpack, perfect for everyday carry and for travel, especially as a personal item. Biggest emphasis is gonna be on its comfort, our Neo Lycra lining. These just feel like absolute freaking marshmallows on your shoulders, plus plenty of ventilation on the back panel. But really, this bag comes down to access. We've got one quick access pocket on the back panel, great for your wallet. Got another on the side with a bit of volume, great for a small tote or to attach your keys to. But just as important as swinging access is vertical access when the bag is self-standing, which, might I add, this bag self-stands exceptionally well. And you can see we have our quick access pocket at the top, lined with our premium microfiber. This MFer is huge. Plus, you got the top tech shelf, the ideal slot for your laptop charger and Bluetooth mouse, and a front pocket that gives you plenty of organization at the top. But also, and I love this, it also has space at the bottom. So you can take your hoodie or your over-the-ear headphones and place it here. So it's almost like you have like a smaller backpack on the front of your larger backpack. At Fyro, we're just really honed in on making bags for modern professionals, keeping you guys streamlined and focused. This is launching like right now with a pretty tasty deal, so if you're interested in picking one up, be sure to check the links below. Next up, we got a new travel backpack from Stubble & Co. This is their Motion Adventure 38 liter. And you can see this is a part of Stubble & Co.'s new sportier aesthetic. I love the functionality and accessibility of the front kangaroo pocket. We've got 2 water bottle holders, lash points for carrying gear on the bottom of your bag. And this is cool too. We've got a really impressive shoulder strap stowaway system. I haven't seen something like this since like the Manal, I think, the Carry-On 2.0. This is a very effective stowaway system. Keeps things very clean, and then it reveals an extremely comfortable harness system, of which you got a beefy included hip belt. And guys, I'm telling you, hip belts that are sewn into the backpack like this are always superior to hip belts that are not. There's pros and cons with that, and it's kind of annoying. You can't take this off. It's a lot of extra bulk and weight, but if you're looking for hip belt comfort, like, this is gonna be pretty awesome. Full review coming soon. Next up, we got the Tortuga Superlite backpack, which I will admit, I can't believe how well this thing is doing on Kickstarter. Not that I didn't believe in Tortuga, I am actually like Tortuga superfan numero uno. If you've watched my reviews for years, you know that when it comes to recommending big, comfy travel backpack, it's always Tortuga for me. But this thing has raised almost $500,000 USD on Kickstarter so far. And it's a really simple campaign just built around the product. And I love that because the product it's really good. As the name suggests, it's built around simplicity, ensuring it's very, very lightweight. We've got a simple admin pocket here in the front, a very well-designed water bottle holder, clamshell style opening into the main compartment. But I think that the real story of this bag is its comfort, which primarily comes down to how lightweight it is, but also just adding that Tortuga cushiness, where we've got an add-on hip belt, and then just everything going on in the harness system, which includes the back panel, very cushy, beefy shoulder straps, and an included sternum strap, and most importantly, included load lifters. When this video goes live, there should be, I don't know, like a week left for this Kickstarter campaign. So if you want to pick up one of these bags, now's kind of the time, because I think it's going to be like 300 plus USD, but it's coming in significantly cheaper for the Kickstarter. It's not getting delivered until May, but you can lock it in at a very impressive price. This thing's made out of Ultra. You said May. Yeah, May 2027. Yeah, dude, estimated delivery May 2027. So it's a real Kickstarter. You're getting in early. But this thing's made out of Ultra. It's light as and yeah, I'm just really impressed by it. Full review coming soon. Next up, Alpaka has taken my favorite backpack that they've ever made, their Traverse, and they have now upgraded it into a 38 liter. This is a mean looking bag with tons of quick access and very smart organization. I love this Axoflux material. It's got like a little bit of like depth to it, a little bit of chunk and thickness to it, while still being lightweight and having a really nice ripstop grid. Clamshell style opening into the main compartment. Really nice tech protection. I like this microfiber material. And the 38 liter comes with an included hip belt, although it's a little guy. Does it detach? I believe it does, absolutely. I think that I like the Traverse maybe in its smaller size, but if you like a badass looking bag that has a bunch of organization that you're looking to travel with, it's gonna make it for a really good option. Full review coming soon. Now, keeping it with Alpaka, this is their Flow Satchel, just launched in 10 liters. And you can see, it is loaded up with all my EDC stuff because I've been testing this as my everyday carry bag for the past like 4 days. And I really like it. And I'm not a big messenger guy, but this is just designed in a way that really works, functionally speaking. Starting with like the 2 tips here, like these 2 corners, which are inefficient for storing things. Like it's kind of like an inefficient use of space, but it allows the bag to really kind of flow with you and like come in like this and like, it's just like, it makes it a more comfortable wear. It's less boxy. The antithesis of this is like the Nomadic Messenger, which it looks good on paper, but then carrying it, it's like a brick. This thing is the opposite, man. It just kind of moves with you, and I really enjoyed it. Super comfy shoulder strap that is somewhat movable and relocatable. Access into the main compartment is, a little iffy sometimes. It gets a little tight, but for 10 liters, like I can get everything that I need in here. And I've greatly appreciated the quick access pocket in the front and this pocket here, which doesn't really work for me for a water bottle, especially when this bag is fully packed out, but ideal location for the umbrella requirement right now in Hong Kong, because it is very, very rainy outside. Will not stop. Full review of this bag will be live very soon. And remember, if you're really enjoying this content and you want to keep up to date with everything that's happening in the world of EDC, travel, and carry, you definitely just need to sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter. Don't think, just do it. First link in the description, because we take this whole thing even a step further. All this stuff is old news by Nomads Nation newsletter standards. We've already talked about all this on the newsletter already. So if you want first dibs as to what's happening in this industry, be sure to check out the first link in the description below. Next up is a bag I do not have with me right now. It is the Topo Designs Teardrop. And this is a bag that takes that old school sort of book bag silhouette and modernizes it and definitely like hipsterizes it a bit. And for me, like we reviewed a few Topo design bags. They're not my favorites in terms of their functionality. I don't think that's like Topo's thing, but what their thing is definitely a unique aesthetic. And if you're looking for that sort of colorful hipster, don't take myself too seriously, but I also like a really nice bag like vibe, then I think you should definitely check out the Teardrop. Another few more bags that I do not have on me currently. Mission Workshop Spar. This is a larger sling, and larger slings are really interesting to me right now. I think they're having quite a moment. They're building in kind of momentum. A lot more people are more interested in them than they used to be. And this is reflected in how hyped up this drop actually was, as these slings are now sold out. And they sold out in like 2 days. So hopefully A, it comes back into stock soon, and B, we can get one to review as well. Next up is the Bellroy Venture Hauler and the Bellroy Venture Grab Pack. And these are a part of the same sort of like vibe with Bellroy right now, where I don't know if they're A, like next level 5D chess innovating, or B, they're going through an existential crisis and have no idea what their future is. I can't tell what it is, but I'm definitely along for the ride. And to be honest, like it's hard to bet against Bellroy. These bags sort of look like a little bit of a mix between like Yeti meets Lulu meets Bellroy. They got some highly technical fabrics. And again, it's just a part of this journey with Bellroy right now. They're doing some cool, kind of weird, but undeniably interesting things. Next up, we have the Versa travel backpack, which is this brand's first bag. And it's started by a guy named Patrick, who is actually a bag reviewer, who decided to build his own backpack in public and just launch his bag with the help of his community, which as somebody who followed a very similar blueprint, fully support it. But also doing that blueprint, I know how difficult it is, especially as a one-man brand. And I gotta say, like I haven't tested the bag yet, but I bought one. And it'll be here in August, and I'm super stoked to support Patrick, and honestly, Patrick like blew the campaign out of the water. And it's not on Kickstarter, like it's done through his own website, so we can't actually see how many bags he's sold, but the campaign looks great. Everything about the bag is very interesting, especially the fact that he's focusing on comfort. So congrats again to Patrick on the launch, and I'm very excited to check out the bag in a few months when it's here in our studio. All right, and speaking of the studio, let's get back to bags that we actually have here. This is the Nomadic Travel System. This launched on Kickstarter in mid-June. And as the name suggests, it's more than just a single bag. It is a system of multiple bags that can all be combined together and worn and attached to each other. But this large travel bag being the star of the show, and it's different, guys, it's weird. I reviewed every Nomadic backpack that exists. And they have been known for years for very thick, coated, heavy fabrics that have a ton of padding, which has pros and cons. For me, mostly cons though. I don't like thick, heavy padding. But look at this, Nomadic has gone away from that. This is thin, it's malleable. It's a freaking ripstop. Very un-Nomadic-esque. We've got a quick access top pocket here, and then interesting mirrored At the bottom, same design pocket. For this one, ideal for packing cubes and or shoes. Maybe a big old bulky sweater. Suitcase style opening with a bit of internal organization. Expansion, Nomadic loves expansion. And people love expansion. And I gotta give Nomadic props because a lot of premium brands, my own premium brand, we kind of stay away from expansion for different reasons, but Nomadic's like, no, the people want expansion, so we're gonna give them expansion. Plus you got a tech compartment at the top, decent harness system. Actually, this looks like it might be Nomadic's most comfortable bag. Something I've definitely been critical of Nomadic before is kind of their lack of comfort. Now we missed the Kickstarter window for this bag, so we're gonna wait to do our full review until October when it's actually available on Nomadic's website, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Next up is the Simple Commuter Pack in XPAC for the 20 liter. This launched in the middle of June, and it's cool to see what Simple is doing. Again, they're giving the people like what the people want. Simple's got a bunch of bags. A lot of them are good, a lot of them are great, but the commuter is exceptional. And Simple knows that, and they're doubling and tripling down on this bag. And I wouldn't be surprised if in like 5 years, this bag comes in 4 different sizes and 20 different color options because it's working. And they just gotta put their chips on what's working. And I say the more the merrier. I wanna see this bag in every fabric configuration possible. I wanna see it in Dyneema, I wanna see it in Ultra. Give me a wax canvas version. You just can't go wrong with a Simple commuter bag. Next up, we got a new kid on the block. It's the Elecom MNL City Pack. And this bag is, I think, gonna make some waves. I don't think it will quickly because it's a new brand and it might take time for the community to get warmed up to them. But it's like a really impressive remix of a lot of other bags that I've seen, but done in their own way. We've got 2 quick access pockets. These are independent compartments. Clamshell style opening into the main compartment with some interesting organization choices. We've got 2 quick access pockets at the top of the bag with a bit more of internal organization, nice materials, really nice microfiber here, quick access side pocket, and a back panel that's interesting. It's got a little bit of hardness to it, but also a little bit of softness. The shoulder straps as well, nice width. And what's most interesting to me about this bag is its price point, which I believe is coming in at less than 200 USD, which for all the organization and features and materials, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty impressive. And our full review of this bag will be going live sometime in August. Next up, we got the jumper from Brevity, which is absolutely not a new drop. This is actually just a new bag from a new brand that we got in the office. Not that Brevity's a new brand, they're kind of like the TikTok brand, like they're huge. And their marketing is on point. And I was really curious about their bags. And I have to say, I kind of like what they're doing. It's really meant to be like an inconspicuous camera backpack, right? Because when you have your camera gear, it's usually in a designated camera backpack, and it's quite obvious that, hey, that dude has like thousands of dollars of DSLR gear in his bag. But this bag kind of flips that script a little bit while still giving you all the quick access you need to your camera stuff. I gotta admit, I'm enticed by the low-key style and very enticed by this super soft fabric. This has gotta be like some sort of cotton and or polyester. I'm concerned possibly about its durability. It is very, very soft, but it feels wonderful to the touch. And we'll get a full review live of this bag in the next few months as well. Next up, we got the Rush Faster travel backpack, and I'm really excited about this one. Rush Faster is actually a review brand like Nomad's Nation, but they're a little bit different too because A, they make their own gear, and B, they run their own retail store in Australia where you can buy other brands like Evergoods and Air and so on and so on. Now, we reviewed their Pro backpack, which got released last year, and I was really impressed by it. And this one just looks kind of beautiful, man, not gonna lie. Always a sucker for a kangaroo pouch in the front of a bag, especially when it comes to a travel bag. We got compression straps on each side, admin pocket on the top, and side pockets that I quite like. I've seen these on like Quechua bags, where you get this little opening slot right there, and you can slide the water bottle in there, or whatever you want. You can put your, maybe a small jacket in there, protein bar. And then we got suitcase style opening into the main compartment. The harness system seems nice. The organization seems pretty minimalist, pretty optimal. And again, I just think it looks smart. Hoping for this review to be live in the next few weeks. And for the last new drop, we have the Yeti Carry-All 18-liter tote bag. And it's funny to see Yeti, the cooler company, making a tote because that tote just looks like a cooler. But it's interesting because that's Yeti's thing, and it allows them to have their own unique angle. As for this tote, looks like it's gonna be very well structured, which is gonna give the tote extra functionality in its own way. But the question is, how unmalleable is it gonna be, right? How stiff and rigid is the tote gonna be because of that build out? Now it currently comes in an 18 liter and a 12 liter in 5 different color options. And I'm not gonna lie, that paste purple looks banging. Now, we would talk about who I think the winner of June is. Which bag drop do I think is just the best? Which brand wins? And for me, it's very easy. Actually, no, it's not easy. There's a lot of bags this month, but I just can't express how impressed I am by the Tortuga Superlite campaign on Kickstarter. They're crushing it. If you would have asked me before, I'm just gonna be honest, like if you would have asked me before how much I thought they would have made, I would have said, 100 grand max, you know, because they've never done a Kickstarter before. They've done some pre-orders. And this bag, while being an exceptional offering, isn't your typical Kickstarter bag that has like a ton of features. That's usually more the Kickstarter crowd. So the fact that Tortuga put this on Kickstarter and kept things very simple. The video too is just the two founders just like talking about one bag travel and like what sucks about using suitcases. And they're like, that's why we made this. And also it's super light and basically made of steel with the ultra fabric, and you should totally buy one. And it doesn't deliver until May of 2027, and still it's crushing. I'm just so stoked for Tortuga, and this bag itself is awesome. We're actually about to shoot the review of this bag, like right after we're shooting this. So the review of this bag should be following very, very shortly. Tortuga's taking the crown for the month of June. I'm really impressed by this bag. And then finally, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit more about the launch of the Fyro Citta backpack, because I'm just so excited that I finally have been able to make my end game backpack. You know, when we first did the T22 backpack, we got there and it was this really amazing Swiss Army knife that's one of the most unique offerings for backpacks in the world right now. I'm so proud of that bag. And then we brought the Levo to the world and it did the complete opposite. No features basically, like just keeping things as lightweight and comfortable as possible with some really great tech protection. And that bag has also become like a cult classic so far, kind of in the one bag travel community. Like it just has. We keep selling out, we cannot keep it in stock. So like kind of bringing the T22 and the Levo together is where we came up with the Citta, where it's significantly more feature heavy than the Levo is, but while still keeping that more like low key Levo silhouette, which is really important to me because as someone who's traveling a lot, you know, I just don't really want to attract a lot of attention to myself. I want to stay under the radar, but while also looking good in the process. Like I want to look fly. And that's the aesthetic that we tried to achieve with the Fyro Citta. Now this bag is live, launched right now after a year of development, and it is currently at the lowest price that it will ever be. But if you want to learn more about the Citta backpack, you should definitely watch this video right here, where I'm taking it around the streets of Hong Kong and just running you through a day in the life. How I use it, what it can pack, and what every single feature is so you can decide if it's a bag for you. Be sure to check it out and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.